I haven't even done anything yet. In my room, marking out G1 climax, rocking out.
Oh my god!
Here's last time. Oh my god! Churros versus mouth. It's time for Mark out May. Oh my god! It's time.
Good. Kill it with fire. Holy shit! It's time.
As you can tell, I did not practice this.
No, we did not get the great prep that we did for the Liger.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't practice that one very much either, to be honest with you. But
I'm still thinking of making love out of nothing at all.
making love out of nothing at all.
Without any music at all.
Zeus, a young boy experience at a movie theater.
That doesn't sound good, James. It doesn't sound good.
That is off the air stuff. Hey, welcome everyone to the Park Out Mania.
Whoa, what is up, people? Double Y, double H, Y2, H2 already hanging out in the chat. What's up? Oh my god.
I apologize for abusing everyone's ears.
Oh.
Yeah, that was terrible.
What was that?
Hey, do you remember a band called Book of Love?
Book of Love. No,
yes.
No, I do not.
Called, You Make Me Feel So Good. Because you make me feel so good. It was a hit in the late 80s.
You pulling out some American Bandstand shit. I don't know.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one, man. No.
Man.
Oh, my stars and garters.
They also had hits with a song called I Touch Roses and a song called Do y'all never heard these songs?
What country was this in? In Germany?
I can't believe y'all don't know these songs.
Is this Russian pop? Like, what the hell is this?
No, it's not Russian pop. I think they were from New York, actually.
Really? I've never even you got over my head. Nope.
Look up Book of Love. You Make Me Feel So Good. You'll see what I butchered.
Oh my god. Oh, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal.
I apologize. I didn't practice it. I just listened to it. I got the music.
You were free falling it. You were free falling it, huh?
Came up with some lyrics and just took a thing.
Okay. Hey,
just took a wild psychotic stab at it.
I give you E for effort.
You know, James laughing just as I start playing the guitar
didn't help. I know.
It kind of threw me off too.
I'm sorry, Pedro. My bad. I was like, "What is this?"
James, we're gonna have to go back and start muting ourselves.
I think so. Yeah, Zeus. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What was it again? I missed it.
So me and James are gonna have to go back to muting ourselves when you
oh my God!
Start singing.
Yeah,
man. What a bad mark on me. Anyways, how is everyone? Like y'all said, we got YYHH in the chat room.
YY
mentioning Book of Love by the Monotones. There's also a song besides that song. There's another Book of Love song by the Magnetic Fields, which I've covered in the past. But
I've heard of the Magnetic Fields. Yeah, I've heard of them.
only Magnetic Field I know is the one around surrounding the planet.
Yeah.
Hey Zeus, this movie absolutely sucks, man.
Oh my god!
Oh my god,
Dragon
it's
Ball
horrible.
Evolution is easily one of the worst movies of all time.
This movie
I mean-
blows. Holy shit, is it bad?
I may have to strike, Chow Yun Fat from the record. I mean,
Yeah, he loses points for this. You know,
I mean,
like
what is it? What's the name that the directors take when it was a shit movie that they don't want their name on?
A pseudonym or a pen name or
Yeah, but I mean, there's a name that a lot of directors use.
Yeah, I don't know, but I hope he got paid for this because this movie absolutely blows moose nuts. This shit sucks. Jeez,
Terrible.
Dragon Ball Evolution, horrible. Oh,
It's like an Ariana Grande video shot in an American Eagle store with special effects.
Ariana Grande anything.
Oh my god, the special effects are anything but special. These things are brutal, man.
Yeah. So worthy of this is worthy of PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1. It's Sega Saturn.
Yeah, Sega Saturn.
Oh, Sega Saturn was much better than this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I miss my Sega Saturn. I
take that back. The better than the Sega Saturn, not as good as Sega Dreamcast.
Oh,
Sega Dreamcast. I never had.
I was big into the Sega Dreamcast.
I never had a Dreamcast. I was a Genesis.
That was a great system. It had its own modem in it.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could get straight online with it.
Yeah,
unlike the PlayStation.
I used to surf the internet with it. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just for the novelty, not. I mean, I used to do it for the novelty of being like, oh look, you can go on the internet with this thing.
I'm online, dial up.
Yeah, it was dial up. Yeah.
Yep.
I was a Sega Master System guy, and then I had the Sega Genesis, and then I had Sega CD.
That was a
Sega CD. Yeah, it was. And then I had Sega Saturn, and then I went to, and then after that, I just started doing the PlayStations.
They've got a trimmed down Nintendo Switch coming out.
Nice.
It's only $199. And I'm like,
I got the Japanese Sega Genesis too. I have the Mega Drive. I have that one too. Yeah, I have that one too.
Anybody have a TurboGrafx 16?
No, but I played on that though. That shit was brutal. That was the only Odyssey.
That was the only thing that had Samurai Showdown, where you could play it like it was in the arcade, where you could jump 40 feet in the air.
My brother has a Neo Geo. That's fucking cool.
Oh no, that was on that was on Neo Geo.
Neo Geo, yeah.
TurboGrafx had that weird thing. It was like bonk. It's like a little bald caveman baby.
Yeah, it's horrible. I had a ColecoVision back in the day.
Zero will listen back to this episode and be like, "These fuckers are having a video game episode without me." But we're not here to talk about video games.
Go tell Zero to go walk his mother.
Oh shit!
We are here to talk about Jushin Liger in CMLL.
Jushin, baby.
I watched this. Did y'all watch it?
I watched it.
I have to apologize. I did not watch it. I had a very busy past few days, so I apologize on that. My bad.
We will send you the link.
Yes, please. But I'm hearing good things.
Caristico did a Liger tribute with his mask and gear, and it looks fantastic.
Really?
Oh my god! Yes.
You had the full gear up, everything. Yeah, everything. That's hot.
Not his upper body, but I mean he put heavy Liger designs on everything else.
Cool. That's cool. I got to check that out. That's cool. Yeah. That's so cool. Yes. Please send me the link.
The pre-match stuff for the main event. The pre-match stuff with they gave him a trophy. They had a bunch of girls the dancers dressed like him. They had a bunch of girls dressed like Liger doing the dancing, and they were waving these glow stick things around. They had this Japanese lady doing this stuff on this drums.
You know the Kaizo drums, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you had all this stuff. Then the everyone came out. Liger came out last. And so the pre-match stuff was awesome. The post-match respect stuff was great. The match itself was not good.
Really, it wasn't good.
No, not really.
It was a mess.
Taiko drums.
Before earlier this week, CML put out like a graphic with the rules of this match.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Spanish, but if you follow the rules in that graphic and then you watch the match did not follow these rules.
No,
Really?
it was pretty much it was anything fucking goes in this match.
Yeah, it was just this big mess.
It was close to fuck.
Yeah.
Really? That bad?
Oh, yeah.
Liger?
But
Really?
it was short and inoffensive.
Who's he wrestling?
Caristico,
And Negro Casas.
and Ultimo Guerrero.
Oh, come on! What happened there?
I mean, Negro Casas is like how old? He's in
I know he's old, but
107.
Yeah, I know he's up there, but I mean,
Guerrero's getting old too, and I mean, Liger's getting old, and
what were they trying to do? That it was just.
It was
they were
just
just missing spots, or it was bad, or it was like horrible.
Messy. It was just messy.
Yeah.
It was really messy.
But earlier on the card, there was a really good women's title match between Marcella and Amapola. They used to have a gazillion matches a few years ago. So I remember Bean and I, it was funny, like about 2 weeks ago, Bean and I were watching CML and we were like, I hope they never do Marcella Amapola again because we've seen it like 15 times in the past. And they haven't done it in a few years, but we saw it so many times a few years ago. We didn't need to see it again, but they had that match, and they had a really good match. Rob Viper, do y'all know who Rob Viper is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He chat all over the match, like almost before it even started, because they are older women or something. And he was like, "This is slow. They shouldn't be letting them go this long." But it was, I mean, I don't know what was up his ass, but this was a really good match in my opinion.
Brutal. Really, it was a good match. Okay.
And there was an Atomic match. It was like Guerreros with Templorio, and they had Soberano Jr. with them versus the new Dinamitas and Volador, and that match was super good too. So yeah, those two matches are really worth checking out, and watching the pre-match and the post-match stuff on the Liger is worth checking out. So
I guess that's why I'm hearing all the good stuff from a pre and post stuff, and not the actual match itself. Gotcha. Okay.
Negro Casas is 59.
Wow.
15. Wow. Jesus, he's still going? Holy shit.
Jushin is 54.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay. They also had LaPark had both of his sons. He had Hijo de LaPark, and then he had LaPark Jr., both of them his sons. And they fought Roosh and Roosh's dad and Mystico version 3, which is his brother, Roosh's brother. So they had a
family affair.
And like the first fall was fantastic. So intense, so amazing. The crowd was just losing their shit. And then the match just went on and fucking on and on and on and on. It just went on forever, and it just lost steam, and they were just doing dumb stuff, and they're teasing, once again teasing the mask versus hair stuff, and it's like, stop teasing it if you're not going to do the fucking opposites.
Right. Because neither one wants to lose to the other, right?
Yeah. I mean, but yeah.
Wow. I definitely gotta check that out now. I'm definitely gonna see that.
But the first fall was super good, but the rest of it not so much. But
you're no good. Oh, Jushin.
Wow. Hey, but speaking of Lucha Libre and all that, isn't there something going on in your neck of the woods, Zeus?
Yes, apparently today is the grand reopening for Lucha Libre ice cream and churros.
Nice.
And they are having some sort of conflict, maybe, or I dare not say lucha or match or anything, but there's some sort of confrontation happening between, what is it? Mascara.
Chocolate Azteca?
Yeah, Chocolate Azteca and Mascara Chocolate.
Oh, no, it was Churro Brothers versus Chocolate Azteca. Was what I kept seeing on Instagram, at least.
Right.
What the hell is going on between these people? And what does that have to do?
All they keep showing is they keep showing a man with a mask. It's like a Dr. Wagner Jr. mask, and he's calling himself Chocolate Azteca. And then they show a bunch of churros with chocolate and all this stuff being drizzled on it. And the Chocolate Azteca keeps saying, churros, I'm gonna show you what this mouth can do.
Wait
a minute.
That's not what I want to hear.
I'm glad it's not a lollipop store.
Oh, brutal.
I've been loving the promotion for it. I've been watching all those videos on Instagram, and I'm like, I want to eat this stuff. I say it's why it's like churros are fattening. I'm like,
okay, so it's ice cream, double Y.
Churros is good. Everything is fattening is good. Well, everything is good as fattening, I should say.
Yeah, I'm definitely going.
Are you going for the match or the food?
I'm going for the churro.
Okay, there you go. Good job. Oh my God, Chocolate Azteca. Really? That's his name? That's kind of hot.
Yeah. I'm like, I should have just pulled up a promo on the Instagram.
Churros are fattening. Nah.
Well, what about Chocolate Azteca gimmick versus marshmallows? It'd be a s'mores battle. You need the referee would be graham crackers.
Brutal.
I think that would be like crossing the streams right there.
Yeah.
Streams. That would be bad.
Because we have like a literal mad scientist in this place that's like in charge of the ice cream. I mean, he's like this crazy old dude in a lab coat. I mean,
Lucha Libre ice cream. Churro, you're gonna find out what this mouth is all about.
Oh my God! You're gonna find out what this mouth's all about. Did he just say that?
Yeah. Okay.
He said that.
You and me, this Saturday, July 20th, Lucha Libre ice cream. Churro, you're gonna find out what this mouth is all about.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
Talk about lost in the translation.
Yeah. I want to see him try to use that line on a girl. You're gonna find out what this mouth is all about. Yeah, come here, baby. Oh my!
And that's when he gets slapped.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You get slapped with a churro.
Oh my God!
I better shut up before I get.
Oh my
God! I got
God!
my ass kicked by Chocolate Azteca. Brutal.
Oh my goodness!
Oh
I don't think he's going to be at WrestleCade this year.
No, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. No WrestleCade for Chocolate Azteca. Oh my God!
What else is going on? I'm super behind on the G1 climax. I only saw those two matches the first night, and then I watched Moxley versus Ishii. And
I heard that match was sick. I heard it's really good.
It's stiff.
Yeah.
Stiff.
Well, Ishii,
both of them.
Who went over?
It's been good. It's just so damn. It's 100 degrees every day this week. I just
man. I mean, isn't this always a problem with the G1? Like it starts and people are like, "I'm gonna watch every fucking match," and then, but it's like it's difficult to do because it's like a
A
marathon.
block, then B block, and it's like you're killing me over here. I know that Okada's got 6 points. I know that Moxley's got 6 points, right?
Yes. I don't really know
Yeah.
the standings, but I know Moxley has 6 points because they mentioned it in that at the end of that match.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
still undefeated.
Okay, and so it was Okada in the A block, right? I believe.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because A block is what opened in Dallas.
Right.
Yeah, I was watching the show from earlier today when we started, our pre-show stuff, and so I haven't gotten through it yet. But it was there was one tag match is Moxley and Shota Umino against Juice and that big guy who's the young lion, great big dude, looks like a Japanese giant.
Don't know his name.
Yeah, can't remember his name off the top of my head. But yeah, Moxley and his guy got the win because like Moxley's really taking the Shota Umino kid under his wing, and it's a pretty funny little dynamic they got going on.
The promos that he does with the Shota is funny because he keeps calling him Shooter.
Yeah, it's like he's a perfect big American asshole for that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the standings. So currently in Block A, Kenta and Okada both have 8 points.
Okay, they both have 8 points. Okay, so it's updated. Okay, 8 points. Really?
Lance Archer, Evil, Tanahashi, and Kota Ibushi all have 4 points. And then Ospreay, Sonata, Zack Sabre Jr., and Bad Luck Fale have 2 points each.
And Jay White has 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zero's his hero.
Yeah, on Block B, yeah, Jay White has 0. Naito, I can't say the name right. Cobb, Taichi, Goto all have 2. Yano, Shingo, Juice, Ishii have 4, and Moxley 6.
Oh, so he beat Ishii then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying not to spoil it, but yeah.
Ah, okay. That's okay.
But yeah, so it's it's kind of a little bit more wide open, so it should be really interesting coming down to the wire.
Who do you think's going to take it?
Man, that's tough, man. At this point, I mean, you got to say, Okada's looking really tough, but Okada and Kenta are really, pouring it on early.
Yeah.
So
I think this is the vehicle for Kenta's return, so I think he's going to take it.
He could very well. I mean,
Yeah.
He's getting past him, and then B block is a little bit more wide open. So
Yeah, because of the AEW duties, I have a hard time seeing Moxley winning.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. He's not going to win.
No,
I think
but,
this is set up for
last
Kenta.
year 2 years ago was the first ever Gaijin to win the G1. Right. I don't think they're going to pull a trigger on that again.
No.
Quite yet.
I think Kenta's going to take it. That's just my gut.
I'd love to see that. I'm on board with that.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that either. No. Not at all. And then they shouldn't give it to Moxley now. Although I would have loved to see it just for the hell of it, be Ishii, but I know that's not going to happen. But
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is a lot of people are, and it's weird. I saw this one tweet floating around from different people. All have like I don't know. Somebody was stealing it from somebody else, and other people were just reusing it. But everybody was saying is like, Ishii could arguably be the best wrestler in the world right now because everyone has their best match against him.
Yeah.
Like I saw several people say that like verbatim, and I'm like, look, I got enough mutuals with you. I know you saw that somewhere else already. You know, just fucking retweet somebody else saying it. Stop acting like it's yours.
You know, the thing I say about Ishii is that he brings out the physicality. I mean, he's stiff. He is stiff. You know, that whole shit with, you know, him and Jeff Cobb was like, oh my God, you know?
Oh man, I need to see that match.
Yeah, he
was really good.
Yeah, he was laying it into him. I was like, Jesus Christ, you know? I'm like, can you harder, please? You know? So, but Ishii's the man, but you know, he's not gonna win. I would love to have him win, but you know, but you know, that's for sentimental reasons. I like him.
Him and Goto got a lot of, you know, there's a lot of people are pulling for both of them, you know, in this.
How do you not pull for Goto though? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not pull for him? You know,
he's definitely Mr. G1 Junior.
Yeah. I am so happy that Jay White's on zero. I'm so happy he hasn't won anything. You know, I've had enough of his shit. Okay, he's enough. His push is over with. That's it. End the story. Go back home.
Hey, look. You know, you the further down you push him, the further back he's gonna bounce.
I know. He'll get a massive push eventually, and you know he'll bounce back. He'll have some good matches.
This time
I think he's a good heel.
This time next year, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad this time next year that Jay White beat that he beat Naito for the IWGP title.
Yeah, I know. It's inevitable. I know, Zeus. I know it's coming. I know.
I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
How are y'all doing on your summer wrestling checklist?
Oh shit. Let's see. I watched Vader versus Hashimoto.
Oh wow! So you watched a Vader match? Okay.
Yeah, a non WWE Vader match. Yeah. I watched that.
You saw a live show. You got that out of the way.
Yeah, and I think I have on my best of Muda DVDs. I think I have Muda versus Vader from the G1 also.
Oh wow!
I would like to see. I would like to see that.
If that's not on my DVDs, I know it's on New Japan World.
Mm-hmm. I haven't.
That was the first chair cushion. Throwing match. And that wasn't even the final. Dick. That's the crazy thing is that it's like everybody thought that shit was so good, and that was the semifinal.
Did y'all have the tape from the 90s of that tournament? And like some matches they showed, and some matches it just showed you like a brief clip or something.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing just a clip of Muto, Vader, and the things being thrown in the ring and being like, why didn't they show us this?
Yeah. They were cruel. WCW can be really cruel. I think they were, you know, of course there was some jealousy, you know, some of that, you know, it's like, you know, shit, you know, we don't want to get people, you know, up to this standard, you know, thinking we can do this crap all the time.
Right.
You know, but I mean, hey, you know, it wasn't like they were WWF. I mean, they held their own really well, but yeah, that 91 G1 tournament that was for the that was also for the NWA World Title. You know, that had Terry Taylor when he was Terrence Taylor, I think.
Oh my God, I remember that gimmick. Yeah.
You know, I think that was it. You know, and he was using that forearm. He called the 5-arm.
Yeah.
And Barry, actually, I thought it was pretty good. But anyway, they had, you know, Barry Windham was in the tournament. Arn Anderson, Rick Rude, and Steve Austin were all in the tournament. Steve Austin eliminated Arn Anderson.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, and that was when they were all in the Dangerous Alliance. And there's a great thing where, you know, Arn, like, you know, did that he was about to do that sneaky DDT he does.
Yeah.
But Austin reached out and grabbed the top rope. So when he snapped down, you know, he stayed still and Arn fell. And then he hit him with that stun gun and got the win on Arn. But yeah. Have you done anything? I've got some stuff, some art stuff on the table. Nothing finished yet.
Yeah, I've done the art one. Watched an All Japan match from the 90s. I saw Masawa Kawada from 94 a while back, like last month.
Well, that sounds like a good match.
Tell someone you love how much you love them, and done that. I watched a tag match where the titles changed hands just yesterday. I saw from Progress Wrestling, I watched the TLC match where the Swords of Essex, which is Will Ospreay and Paul Robinson versus Aussie Open, and the titles changed hands in that match. So I saw that. But yeah, you know, I thought I had checked off the one about share a match you love with someone you love, but I didn't. I was just thinking share a match with someone you love. Well, last weekend, I forced my poor girlfriend to watch the pre-show of the AEW.
Oh God!
That's horrible.
So I thought
of all the things that you can watch for her, you make her watch that shit.
I thought I had that checked off, but then I reread it and saw it share a match you love. And I didn't love anything on that pre-show.
I saw that. I saw that Evolve show. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It was all right.
Oh, how was it?
It was all right. It was pretty cool. I am so impressed with Adam Cole. He's awesome, man. He really is good. He really is good. I always thought he was good, but I didn't realize how good he was. I mean, he carried Tozawa in that match. It was awesome, man. The way it was a great match. And, you know, it was a good show all the way around. Even Paul Heyman came out. It was held in the old ECW arena, you know? So, so that was kind of cool. You know, like, even though they darkened it, so this way, like, so, you know, like, so you couldn't tell it was a piece of shit building. But, you know.
I just watched a tag team title change yesterday.
All right.
Oh, you did?
If Tully and Arn defeat the Rock and Roll Express for the NWA World Tag Team title.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's where the Midnights jump the Rock and Rolls on the way to the ring, and then only Arn, Robert was starting he started the match because they were like, you know, you got to defend the titles or you forfeit them, and so Robert went down there and he's trying to fight Tully and Arn by himself, and then Ricky Morton, you know, gets bandaged up and then comes down, tries to help, and you know, and they just beat the crap out of the both of them, and got the win when Ricky tagged in when he shouldn't have.
Nice.
During a Yankee rain delay, I was watching when Jim Cornette was on the phone, and he was being interviewed, and he had out the Midnight Express, and all of a sudden, here came the original Midnight Express. Actually with Paul Heyman, and he busted Cornette open, and Cornette is bleeding like a savage. You can see him trying to put the blade back in his jacket. It's so funny. I was like, okay.
He was just gushing.
Yeah, he was gushing, and you know, like I was remembering it, and I was like, damn, that was such a good angle. You know, they don't do that shit anymore. You know, like, you know, and you know, I don't remember Cornette being a face many times, but you know, That was one of the times, like him and the Midnight Express were actually the faces in that whole thing. And I thought it was great work, man. The Midnight Express against the Midnight Express was awesome. That was some good shit.
Yeah,
That
and that
great
was,
work.
there was so much, it was such a deep, good rivalry. It's like, because, Randy and Dennis had just come off of a couple of AWA World Tag Team title reigns before they came to WCW.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, these guys have been, just about, one of the top tag teams in the world. And, and then they, it's like here we are, this is, we're going to show you asses, y'all are the fakes. Y'all are the weaker version.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when, it was really when Bobby and Stan and Jim Cornette, when they got tired of the Horseman shit, and that's when they were like, hey, we're the U.S. tag team champs. We've been the damn best tag team.
Mm-hmm. That was a good run too, though, Zeus.
Yeah,
that was a good run too, though. With them and the Horsemen, it was a good run too.
It was a short. Sadly, it would have gone on longer if Tully and Arn had been, leaving.
Yeah.
But that was just one of those weird boner moves where they weren't paying
that's when they
some
walked around
people the
with
right
both
amount of
sets
money.
belts, right?
Huh? Yeah, that's when they had. Yeah. Yep. They won it in the Philadelphia Spectrum.
Okay.
Hey, James, the only thing I saw from Evolve was people kept sharing various angles of Shotzi Blackheart killing herself on that spot.
Yeah,
she dies to the chairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a little rough.
All week.
Yeah. That was a little rough. It was like oops.
She did say she's had worse landings on actual wrestlers, though.
that was a bad spot, It was horrible. But it was a decent show. It was a pretty good show. It was all right. I was entertained. It was good.
You know what I did not find being decent?
What?
That AEW pre-show.
You didn't think that was good?
Anything with the librarians in it can't be good.
No. That shit needs to end. You really have to. You got to deep dive into something like that. If you're going to get,
I can tell you something.
Weird gimmick.
Let me tell you something, guys. Right now, that has turned me off from AEW. The actual whole shit with the librarians actually turned me off because now I'm not like I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this.
Watching it with Stephanie had hilarious comments and commentary during it, like when the male librarian came out and he is wearing like a Ric Flair kind of robe or something like that.
Yeah, it was some weird satin-looking robe.
Stephanie said, "Why is the librarian dressed like a wizard?"
Yeah.
That's a good job. That's a good job.
And she was coming up with all these suggestions for ways to make the gimmick more like an actual librarian and just things like that. But the thing that struck me about that match, it was the Peter Avalon, the male librarian versus Sonny Kiss. What struck me about that was Sonny Kiss came off so much more special in Lucha Underground than here. Here they just kind of like were waiting to do one move and going into another move. Like there was.
I call that the TNA effect. I call that the Impact effect. Impact TNA effect. It's the same thing. All of our characters, all of our beloved characters, all from Lucha Underground, who were all so special, and the way they were introduced and the way their backstory, as soon as they go to Impact, they become that person grata. It's like nothing, They're a bunch of nobodies again. It's like, It
was like, it's weird because he has so much charisma. I thought it would translate even here, but to me, it really didn't.
No, it didn't at all, no.
For me, it didn't. it wasn't the same.
Well, the camera work didn't help. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you're not,
why? What's for shitty camera work? Yeah.
yeah, you know, and you know, it's funny. We were talking about the G1 just a bit ago, and somebody asked, you know, they were like, somebody said Jeff Cobb just works good with, he works best with juniors. Against juniors, and I was like,
"Have you seen him with Ishii? Hello."
Yeah, well, I mean, Ishii's a pretty small dude, and he started out as a junior.
Yeah, but that guy, I don't consider him a junior. That guy's a thick dude, man.
Yeah, he is, but he's not a huge dude.
No, he's not.
But what I did is I went back and I rewatched Matanza versus Cage and Matanza versus Mil Muertes. And I was like, no, he can definitely go. And watching those two matches, dude, man, it just kills me how good that was, man. I mean, it just breaks my heart to sit there and watch that stuff and go, God, we're never going to get this again.
I can't watch Lucha Underground. You know that? I can't watch it.
Oh,
because I would get so upset because it's not around.
Yeah. It is. It's a kick in the dick. It really is.
Yeah. Because I purposely stayed away from it now. I purposely stay away from it because it will hurt me too much to watch it. I'm like, oh, how do we not have this anymore? This was incredible.
Yeah, and I mean to every believer out there, you know, that got to attend a night of, you know, TV tapings, you know, I will forever be jealous of you.
Yeah, by Lucha flew all the way out there. Everybody was out there. Everybody,
you know, Byron, everybody,
Byron,
Justin, everybody
yep.
You know, everybody from, you know, MMM show, you know, all of our, you know, great
and
mutuals.
Melissa. Yeah,
Melissa, the Rosas, Mil Machetes. Hey, happy late birthday to Mil Machetes.
Oh yeah,
happy belated birthday, Mil.
But yeah, I mean, everybody who ever got to you know, to be there and experience that live, you know,
I should have listened to Angie. I should have listened to Angie. I should have listened to Angie. Angie told me to come out there anyway, even if you don't have a ticket.
I know.
I should have just went.
Me too, dude.
So yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at, plane tickets, and I was just like, God, if I can just get a damn, you know, I mean, I could take the time off of work.
I thought the plane tickets were easy. It was getting the tickets to the stupid show. It was hard. I was like, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that was the hard thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I fly to LA. I don't give a shit. I couldn't find a ticket anywhere. I have my phone, I have my tablet, and my laptop, all three on the site at the same time. Everybody and their mother got tickets except for me. I was so pissed. You know?
I mean, I know a lot of people didn't. There were a lot of people who didn't get tickets. It
really?
wasn't just you.
Yeah. I felt like
there was a lot of you know, traditional believers that didn't. They didn't get tickets.
Right.
That sucks.
You know, and you know, and there was complaints from a lot of those, you know, the longtime believers about some of those, you know, hose heads, you know, just got, you know, finally coming to Lucha Underground just because they could.
Yeah.
You know, just to be fucking dicks and whatever.
Just to be on TV.
Stand up in everybody's way and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me,
that's when you take him to the back and you drop kick the shit out of him. That's all.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, Sunny Kiss was not the same. It was like it just wasn't the same.
How was the actual match, Pedro? He was actually good in the match or no?
I mean, to me, nothing was really great in the match. I mean, no one botched, you know, which is different from the match that followed it. But but yeah, I mean, they just kind of rushed through stuff. I mean, it was just, you know, kind of a rush.
I don't think they had any chemistry.
Yeah,
and, you know, and another thing about with you know, with Lucha Underground, everything had a purpose.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like this. This isn't just a throwaway match. This isn't just
Yeah.
this.
I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but this is breaking news for me. John Carpenter just announced his 2 Halloween sequels. That's Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Are you serious?
What?
This is straight from San Diego Comic-Con.
Seemed like there was something about that yesterday, but I didn't follow up on it. So what's the story? Give us the scoop.
All it says is John Carpenter announced 2 Halloween sequels, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. That's all it says. So we got to do a little homework on that later on.
All right.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, Zeus. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I was just saying that, you know, like when we first saw, you know, EXO in Lucha Underground,
Oh, you killed it.
It was, yeah, but you know, that was all like a, you know, that was a vehicle, you know, Jack Evans losing, you know, was a vehicle for you know, a bigger part of the story, and
Right.
And it wasn't just, you know, it wasn't just matches, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with this AEW. I mean, because until we get the weekly show, are there any real storylines developing that we know of, or is it just like a whole bunch of matches just thrown together?
Well,
it's rivalries.
Yeah. If you follow the horrible web shows,
No.
you will see a lot of, you know, story building or whatever through there. But
is
the
it
problem,
bad acting?
For me, the being the elite shows, which I've been watching for ever since the Angelico announcement, being the elite shows are rough to watch, in my opinion.
That bad, huh?
They are not genuine.
They're not up to Page Boy standards.
They are not natural comedians. They are not natural comedians.
You're no good.
But yeah, if you watch those shows and the various on the road to, you know, fill in the blank shows, you will see build up for stuff, but it's not consistently for everyone. It's only for the elite and their you know, circle of friends. It's not.
How was that AEW Jacksonville show? Was it good? I still haven't seen it yet.
I only saw the pre-show, and then I watched Angelico and Jack versus Dark Order versus Boy and His Dinosaur. The rest I saw highlights of. Zeus, you saw the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, Zeus, how was it? Honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
Meh. The one before it was better.
Fighter Fest?
Yeah, was better than the Fight for the Fallen. It was just
it was ho-hum?
Yeah, and you know, really Angelico and Jack Evans getting, you know, in that three-way tag team match was just I mean, they there's no point in them even being there. You know? I mean, I don't know if they're getting paid, and somebody went, well, you know, why are we going to have them sit at home, you know, and earn money? Why don't we have them come in and do some stupid shit, you know, so we have them on the card, you know? So let's put them in the middle of Dork Order and fucking, you know, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, which I don't have a problem with them. And, you know, there's definitely you know, they're definitely popular, but the whole thing with Marco's stunt was...
Oh, I hate that dude. I hate that little kid.
He came in and he was legitimately getting involved with the match, and the referee's just looking at him. I'm like going, well, that's a fucking DQ, you stupid fucker. You know, somebody else interferes in the match, you know, unless it's a new DQ match, then that's a, you know, disqualification. So I didn't appreciate that. Was it Lucha Brothers against SCU?
Yeah.
That was
that
pretty
match?
good.
I was gonna say that SCU's good. So
It was pretty good, but it wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
See, who'd Cody wrestle?
Cody and Dustin wrestled the Young Bucks.
Oh, that's right. I fell asleep.
Yeah, you know, this Bean said he literally fell asleep too during that match.
Wow, that's tough.
That match went on over half an hour. It was like what, 40 minutes or something?
Really, 40 minutes? That's
Something
brutal.
like that, right?
Oh my God, what's wrong with these people? Who booked that? 40 minutes? Jesus.
The same fuckers who think every match has to be like an epic. Like not every match has to go on forever.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
That main show, the main show is like 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Mm.
That's
long.
not counting the pre-show. Okay,
That's almost like a
just
WWE
the main
pay-per-view.
show. And going back to the tag team 3-way, I actually have a lot to say about this match because it's the only main show match I watched. But so something that stood out to me, if we go back to Double or Nothing. So we go back to Double or Nothing. There's that match between the Best Friends and Angelico and Jack.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Angelico and Jack were better than the Best Friends. I don't think the Best Friends are that great, but they were there to put them over. So they put them over. Then they had that post-match angle that no one liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then earlier on the show, you have the thing, that horrible battle royal thing, the dumpster fire battle royal.
This movie absolutely sucked. I'm so glad it's over. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Pedro. Go ahead.
And Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy got way over in that battle royal. So, okay, so between that show and Fyter Fest, you had segments on the web shows with the Dark Order. And I apologize, I have trouble with AR and OR sounds. I always have my whole life, so I just have trouble with those sounds. But they had segments on those BTEs and on the road to things for the Dark Order. The BTEs every week have bits with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So they're getting all this kind of stuff for their fan base. They're getting all this exposure. Not a single thing with Angelico and Jack at all. So then you have Fyter Fest. You have another 3-way tag match. You have that the Best Friends win. Then you have, and they weren't the best team in that match either. So they're always winning their matches when they're not the best team involved. And then you had another Dark Order angle, which didn't go over well either. And you had Jungle Boy was in that 4-way match, and him and Luchasaurus was like ringside, and they're getting over again. So nothing with Jack and Angelico, of course. So then you have, another break, and you have more BTEs, more on the road twos. You got more things building up. Dark Order and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and then just days. It wasn't even like a full week or something before. So it's just days before Fight for the Fallen, they announced this 3-way tag match. And Angelico and Jack are suddenly out of the blue, since we haven't heard anything from them in AEW wise since Double or Nothing. Here we are 2-3 months later, out of the blue, they're plugged into something. So you have this match where the other two teams have been positioned to get over constantly with the fans. They get all this airtime, all this positioning to get over. And you have Angelico and Jack, who are used to put over this one team. They're again plugged in just to help make everyone else look good, because that's all they did in the match, really, is they did catching duties. They did a whole ton of catching in that match. And just bumping and selling for everyone else. They didn't really get much time to shine at all. The whole thing was just to put over the other people.
So they glorified jobbers.
Basically, and it's like annoying because they're clearly very smooth and have all this chemistry from all the years of tagging in AAA together. And I don't know, it's just kind of frustrating. Like, why are they in this thing, and how come they're not like given any chance to shine, like at all. And the people they're putting over, the Dark Order, I never seen the Super Smash Brothers wrestle before. I don't know about you guys. I've never seen them before. I heard of them, but I never seen them.
Yeah, I've heard of them, and I've seen highlights here and there of them, but I've never seen like an actual match with them. No.
Okay, Uno, the mask guy, I actually think he was pretty good. I think he was pretty decent. I don't have a lot bad to say about him. We can make fun of his gear. His gear is not great. His look is not great, but he's not bad, in my opinion. The other guy, the Grayson guy, oh fuck. He looks like just some goof. He reminded me of Eric Young when Eric Young tried to act like he was a badass.
Oh.
So he looks like this goofy comedy guy who thinks he's a badass, and everyone is selling and reacting to him as if he is a badass. And you're like, but I don't buy this. And everything he does is just kind of goofy looking, and I just didn't like him at all. What did you think, Zeus, about that guy? I didn't like the bald-headed guy at all.
No, I didn't care for either one of them, really. I mean, it was just, I mean, it just, I don't know. At times it felt rushed. At times it felt, it felt like it was drowning on too long. And then, and then it's like every once in a while, it's like, oh yeah, well, let's get Jack and Angelico involved in this because, they're in it.
There was no flow to the match? Nothing like that?
It was real herky-jerky.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I will say the Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are super over. They're super over with the crowd. And of course, like I said, they've been given all these chances to get over, and they have.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Order, I feel like because those other two segments bombed, that when people saw them in the ring and they like weren't botchamania, that people like their opinion of them went like more than they actually are, because they're like, oh, well, I didn't like them these other things, but they're not fucking up. Wow, they're not so bad. But I saw a lot of people on like the wrestling boards and stuff saying like these guys are doing tag team wrestling right, and I was like, well, what are they really doing? They're not really doing that much shit.
No, and that's another thing too that I was harping on is it's like there's all these people I'm a wrestling fan. I love wrestling, and I love these brand new people that no one's ever seen before until AEW came along and created and discovered and pushed these people. Luchasaurus is brand new, and he's never been anywhere else before ever. And I love him now because he is an AEW creation. Oh, shut the fuck up!
These are idiots that we got to deal with who think they know. Yeah. These are the same WWE fan base. It's like that, It's they don't know dick. They think the first time they see him is the first time they've ever appeared in life. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's just like when I was telling him, hey, it's like, it's like, a lot of you haven't watched fucking Lucha Underground and shows.
Yeah, because everybody was on Lucha Underground. Everybody was on Impact. Everybody was on Impact. Was on Lucha Underground. Everybody's like, "Oh, Brian Cage, who's this guy? You ever watch Lucha Underground? Dick, he was there for 2 years, 3 years."
Oh yeah, and everybody that says, WWE's going to scoop up Brian Cage. I'm like, they had him.
They had him.
They had him.
They had him. They let him go, and he's not going to ever let him forget it.
No, I wouldn't either. I would hold their feet to the fire.
It's like, fuck you.
Although, in my opinion, Cage, there's another guy, Lucha Underground. He's awesome, right? Everywhere else I see him, he's just a roided up dude, just doing like dumb shit. I don't find him so great outside of Lucha Underground.
Well, once again, when you don't have great booking,
Impact
booking, I mean, that's going to make or break you.
And
how well you can get into it.
That goes to show you, Zeus. I think you're absolutely right. That goes to show you where Impact has the wrestlers that people actually want to see, but because of their shitty booking, no one's actually tuning in to see them.
Yep.
Because it's not Cage from Lucha Underground. He's just Cage. You know, like when they had what's
Mundo?
Me's favorite wrestler? What's Me's favorite wrestler?
Oh, Phantasma.
yeah.
Phantasma. Yeah.
Right. Impact had Phantasma. He was just some guy in a mask. He was ho hum. You know, they had all these guys,
Well,
and they, there was never anything great with them.
I mean, I will say about the few appearances he had in Impact, Phantasma tried to get over. I mean, he cut promos and stuff, and there was one show, I think they filmed it in Florida. They filmed multiple shows at this one show, but this thing was filmed in Florida, and he was cutting promos, and the crowd was just like shitting on him, being like USA, USA, and all this kind of shit. And it was like, he's not even saying anything like that heelish, like for y'all to be doing like the weird, foreign evil foreigner deal to him. So
now everybody's the Iron Sheik. Oh my god, yeah, it's I try not to pay attention to all those people because there's a lot of people. Luchasaurus is an AEW creation. Yeah, I got that too, Zeus. And these people don't know dick.
Hey,
it's horrible. It's horrible.
I'll say this about Luchasaurus though, he has gotten over with like every place he tries to get over in though. Like he does a Ring of Honor thing. People are like, "Oh, we like this guy." He shows up in AEW. People are like, "Oh, we like this guy."
Pretty good. Yeah.
So that dude's making the most of his opportunities.
Well, he's a good guy too. He's a good guy. So But I don't know, man. This AEW. I was. What's that next pay-per-view? Is it All Out?
Yeah.
That's in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that thing's good. They should kill those pre-shows. That's horrible. They're horrible.
We didn't talk about the women's match from the pre-show. Fuck.
Oh god, yeah.
So I was so excited to see how Shoko Nakajima would get over, but that match was just like a sloppy, like clusterfuck. And B. Priestley and especially Britt Baker were like just horrible as fuck. And apparently B gave Britt a concussion early in the match.
Yeah.
So Britt Baker, besides her usual shittiness, like is working through like a concussion. But those two specifically,
Adam Cole's nursing her back to health though. Don't worry.
Those two specifically were just constantly out of position, and
yeah, they were bad. It was horrible.
It just boggled my mind how bad they can be. I saw on YouTube, I don't know if it's still up, but the Stardom has for a limited time, they have the match where B beat Kagetsu for the title up. You can watch it for a limited time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching this match, and she was just so bad. I found her really bad. I'm just like, why does she get these pushes? I know she has the famous boyfriend, etc. I don't know why Priestley gets such a push when she is so sloppy and so like kind of just awkward and rushed and bad, and I don't get it. What am I not seeing?
I don't know, but that match was just ass.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't see the match, but I saw the highlights. I saw the highlights of Ali versus Brandy. Now these are the highlights. These are supposed to be the best moments of the match.
I heard that match ate a fat one.
Yes.
Now, is it just to put Ali over? Is it to put Ali over?
Just watching the highlights, it was so awful. I couldn't believe it. They're
bad?
so awful. Just the highlights. Zeus, you saw the whole thing. What was that match like?
Sadly. All right. So in the pre-show, we get this Brandy Rhodes promo where she's saying how sincerely hard that she's going to try and go out there and inspire all of the world and the women and the girls, and she's going to go out there and do her she's going to go out there and do her very best to try to be the best and to put on this great example. Blah blah blah. All right. So then she comes out, and then after about 15 seconds, with like no buildup, like she breaks a headlock, and then Awesome Kong comes down to assist her, and Allie is all of a sudden she's the face, and Brandy is the heel, and I'm like, what? How is Brandy the heel? I'm like, why did you cut that stupid fucking promo?
It's worse, Zeus. It's worse if you had followed those On the Road to episodes that led up to that show. They had 3 weeks of video packages promoting that match like it was the biggest match on the show.
How was that actually wrestling?
And the match sucked.
And
I mean, it sucked.
And those video packages on those 3 weeks of On the Road to episodes, they had like the dramatic music. They had both women crying and talking about their hardships and how hard their life is. Yes, you can go watch it. I'm not making this shit up. You can go watch it. Brandy was talking about her time as a figure skater and how every time a big tournament came, she would like break mentally and do bad and let everyone down, and she was tired of letting everyone down and all this bullshit. So,
Nancy Kerrigan fantasies.
And so yeah, she doubled down on all of that, right? And then she turns heel. Like it's just to sucker you in and be like, ha 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 ha, I'm actually a heel.
Yeah, and it's like wow, so you're the Stephanie McMahon of AEW. Because you suck, you can't wrestle, and you're just gonna run your mouth and try to be a heel. And then it's like, okay, so
I actually thought she could wrestle, but no, right? No, she can't.
No. You were under a mistaken impression.
Yeah, I've seen her wrestle before. It's not good. She's great as a heel manager for ballet for Cody. Yes,
right.
Those two together are great as a package, but not.
I've
as
seen
a
her
heel
do a
package.
lot of run-ins. I've seen her do a lot of run-ins with Cody, and it's good stuff that what she does. But like the actual wrestling is no good, huh?
Yeah.
So what happened? So Cody's a face, right?
Okay.
Who wrestles like a heel,
right? But he's the face. He's the baby face guy, and then he, it's like so. What is their kayfabe life supposed to be like at home? It's like, they go home, they get ready for bed, and Cody looks over at her and goes, you kind of did Allie dirty, what? Really? I mean, are we supposed to believe that that they're both not on the same page?
Okay, but Zeus, let me put this to you. Double or Nothing, Cody wrestled as a heel versus his brother Dustin. I'm not saying he didn't get face reactions from the crowd, but he wrestles as a heel in that match.
It doesn't matter what he wrestles like. It's what he is. He is the baby face.
How does this not matter? How can you be a baby face and then wrestle like a heel?
Hello, Steve Austin. Hello, Hulk Hogan. Eye poking, back raking, throwing guys over the top rope.
Well, but then at Double or Nothing, he has Brandy helping him in the match until she gets thrown out. At Fyter Fest, he wrestles as a heel versus Darby Allin.
He was the heel in that?
To me, he was, yeah.
Ugh.
I don't understand this. To me, every time I see Cody wrestle, he does heel shit every single time.
Pedro,
how is he the
don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that any of your opinions aren't wrong. Okay? It's so crazy to think that two different people can watch something and get two different things from it.
That means the wrestling show clear. Absolutely
it's not clear where the story's going.
That means it's either bad booking or bad execution of the booking.
I'm saying that I can understand. I understand what you're saying. Totally, Pedro.
Well, I mean, he's doing heel stuff.
You know what I mean?
The ring. How
Did we lose Pedro?
his whole act in the ring? Yes, everything he does, his actions in the ring are heel based. So but then he's just a face afterwards. I'm not denying he acts like it's a face. Yeah, but Penta wasn't really
and the fans treat him like a face.
The fans loved him, but they wanted him to be a bastard. Yeah. I mean, to me, Penta was never really a face.
So,
I mean,
when you got fans seeing two different things,
that's
when you have fans actually seeing two different things, I mean, you're not making your storylines clear.
Some of this for me could be influenced by, say, all that stuff I saw with him in Ring of Honor and in New Japan, where he wrestled as a heel in both of those places.
Well, he was always a heel in New Japan, right? He was always pretty much a heel in New Japan.
Yeah, he was always a heel in Ring of Honor too. I don't see how his act has really changed other than doing these things, being like, he does these promos from time to time, like, we're changing wrestling. Where's the revolution? And
no, there was only one revolution, baby. And you're not it, sadly.
Yeah.
But I imagine he was.
I mean, he's the face now.
I imagine he was a face, and on that show though, because he's teaming with Dustin, right? Was he the face? Were they the face versus the Bucks?
I don't know because I fell asleep.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming they were because they were making fun of Dustin.
Oh, constantly.
And Cody.
On those BTE things.
Yeah, they showed some clips of that during the
show.
And I'm just like,
I would assume the Bucks would be the heels, right? No?
They should be.
Yeah, they should be.
Because to me, they always come off heelish.
That's when you know something's wrong where you can't even get the stories straight. Wow. Well, you know what? They got all this time to settle all this shit out before the first show starts in October. So iron all this shit out now. Let's see what happens, Because if you have two different people actually see two different things in one match, then you're not coming across in your storyline properly. Everybody should see the same thing if you're trying to make a point.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, it should be conveyed one way.
Right. Exactly.
I
have a question.
And then when you have.
Oh, we lost Zeus again.
No. Zeus, come back.
Zeus's gimmick. There it is.
Zeus, come back.
You're still mad because I caught him BJ White. What?
Because you caught him what?
You're still mad because he's still mad at it because Okada beat Jay White. Oh, my match spread go on. You're still mad at that. Zeus. Oh my God.
Let me see if I have to invite him again.
Yeah, try that.
Oh my God.
Woo.
Oh my God. I was gonna ask him about Omega Shima too. I saw the highlights of it, but I didn't see the match.
That was last night?
No, it was from that Fight for the Fallen.
Oh, Fight for the Fallen?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. I sent him another invitation.
Okay, so hopefully you'll see that. Zeus.
Oh my God.
He's always getting booted up. Yeah, double
Uh,
Y, double H. Brandy sucks. I tend to agree with you on that. I guess
Yeah.
that's the consensus. Zeus, are you
Zeus!
here?
Zeus!
Okay, so there I was ranting again.
Yeah, he's talking
Nobody
so
listened.
bad about the Young Bucks. Here comes the voice.
Man, maybe the man is after us. Who knows?
Yeah, the man is after us.
Zeus, I wanted to ask you. I only
Or
saw
the man's man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man's man.
Oh yeah, the man's
Yeah.
man. I only saw the highlights of this match, but how was Shima versus Omega?
It was really slow starting. It took a while for them to get into it, and at the end of it, I thought it built up pretty good. I'd give it a solid, C.
The highlights I saw that like Shima hit his finisher like 5 times or something.
Yeah, it was definitely not a great match, I thought, and a lot of people loved it, and I was just like, I mean, the crowd was not into it at all. I wasn't either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought there was either bad communication or just not good chemistry, or I thought Shima versus Christopher Daniels was a better match, and that wasn't a great match.
No,
that was a good match.
I've come to appreciate that match more as time has passed.
Yeah,
the from Fyter Fest, the Shima Daniels match.
Yeah. Yep.
I really have appreciated more. I've appreciated more than I have the Cody versus Darby Allin match. The more time it's passed, the less fondly I look at that match.
Actually, how long has Christopher Daniels been wrestling? What, like over 25 years, something like that?
Forever.
Yeah, it has to be.
I mean, Shima's been wrestling 20 years or so, or 20 or more.
Has to be because I saw him in 97.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw him in 97 in a Thunder. 97 or 98.
And a Thunder? Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, Thunder has to be 98 on. So
yeah, that's a long time ago, the Thunder. Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah, that was also it's so stupid, but they had a dark match at Thunder, and it was Bobby Eaton against Glacier.
Oh wow!
Oh,
yeah, you'd have think Bobby Eaton would have gone over Glacier on a dark match, but no, he jobs to fucking Glacier.
Really? That's disgusting. That's an insult to Bobby. That's an insult to Bobby.
Seriously, isn't it? And the whole crowd. I mean, you're in fucking Charlotte. For fuck's sake, the cameras aren't even on. Okay, let Bobby win the fucking match.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's bad booking. That's horrible. Glacier.
But of course, that was also the same night that Bischoff kissed Beth Flair at ringside.
Oh, that's horrible storylines.
The security around the ring like quadrupled. Like there was one security person at every corner the whole night, and then after that there was one sheriff, one police, and 2 security guy at every corner, because obviously Bischoff thought that there was a chance that the crowd might.
Well, yeah, you're in Charlotte, and you can't be doing that to he's Flair's king in Charlotte. I mean, he's God in Charlotte. I mean, that's Flair country, so you can't just Oh my God, who thought of that? Had to be Bischoff.
YYH Thunder was a second show that WCW had for a while. Like when you would have Monday Nitro
on Monday,
and then on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Right? Thursday.
Yeah,
Thursday you'd have Thunder. And then Saturday they still had the Saturday night show. So.
Yeah, but that wasn't the same anymore. The Saturday night show pretty much just became like a talent showcase.
Yeah,
it was a highlight show. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thunder was a long time ago. Yeah,
Thunder was a good show.
It was. It had its moments. It was pretty good.
Yeah, My biggest wrestling regret is missing out on the Thunder in College Station. I didn't know it was happening, and well, it was the last appearance of Bret Hart in WCW, and the Great Muta was there. So I missed the chance to see the Great Muta.
You missed Muta,
and I missed Bret Hart's last appearance.
Brutal.
Wow.
I just got I just want to mention something. If you're gonna call your pay-per-view Extreme Rules, this is the WWE, at least have all your matches be extreme matches and not just 3 out of the 10 on the card. How about if we stick to having a show that was all extreme instead of just having the announcers having to accentuate the fact that this match was not extreme. You shouldn't be doing that. So, please book better. Jesus.
Also AEW fan. Did you know that Shima is from China? No,
Really?
He's not from China.
I know.
Really?
Yeah, like
oh my God.
He runs that promotion. In China, but he's not from China.
He's not from China. Where is these people coming with this shit? I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, it's terrible. Here's a breaking news.
Oh.
One of Pedro's favorites, Miyagi Andres. Sumire and Kagetsu have captured the Artist of Stardom titles.
Whoa, really? They won the trios title?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
There you go. Look at that.
They've been promoting it a lot, like on her social media, all their social media. They've been like hyping that up a lot. So
yeah. So apparently, I just saw that they won the titles. So
awesome.
Oh, actually, speaking of Thunder, they have Thunder episodes on the WC on the network too. So that'd be kind of cool to go back and watch a few of those. They have a whole bunch of Thunder episodes on the network.
Yeah, apparently, Raven was the holdup originally. Raven and Buff Bagwell had some kind of a out of court settlement from that.
Really?
From that deal. Yeah, they got some money out of that. I don't know how, but
Buff Bagwell's a fucking waste. I actually saw him as a gigolo on the Showtime special. He was a fucking like a real life gigolo.
Yeah.
It was like him and his crew, and they were humping these old rich bitches. And I'm like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Is that Buff Bagwell?
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, it is. That guy's just
yeah.
He's a walking advertisement for birth control. Brutal.
Oh my goodness. What a segment to end on.
That's right.
Buff Bagwell, that guy. He had calf implants. Like how ridiculous is that?
Oh my God. Well, I want to thank everyone for stopping by. YYH, thank you.
Y2H2, thanks for hanging out.
Buff Bagwell was the gigolo. He was just a gigolo, and everywhere he goes, people know the party's playing.
He was making love
out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all.
What's a gigolo? YYHH? A gigolo is a guy who gets
it's a male prostitute. She
just Google it.
Yeah,
joking. Poor thing.
Yeah, they're joking. Okay, we'll see y'all next week. Everyone, take care. Adios.
Later. Have a good weekend.